أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. ياسين والقرآن الحكيم إنك لمن المرسلين على صراط مستقيم تنزيل العزيز الرحيم لتنذر قوما ما أنذر آباؤهم فهم غافلون لقد حق القول على أكثرهم فهم لا يؤمنون إنا جعلنا في أعناقهم أغلالا فهي إلى الأذقان فهم مقمحون وجعلنا من بين أيديهم سدا ومن خلفهم سدا فأغشيناهم فهم لا يبصرون والسواء عليهم أأنذرتهم أم لم تنذرهم لا يؤمنون إنما تنذر من اتبع الذكر وخشي الرحمن بالغيب فبشره بمغفرة وأجر كريم إنا نحن نحيي الموتى ونكتب ما قدموا وآثارهم وكل شيء أحصيناه في إمام مبين واضرب لهم مثلا أصحاب القرية إذ جاءها المرسلون إذ أرسلنا إليهم اثنين فكذبوهما فعززنا بثالث فقالوا إنا إليكم مرسلون قالوا ما أنتم إلا بشر مثلنا وما أنزل الرحمن من شيء إن أنتم إلا تكذبون قالوا ربنا يعلم إنا إليكم لمرسلون وما علينا إلا البلاغ المبين قالوا إنا تطيرنا بكم لئن لم تنتهوا لنرجمنكم وليمسنكم منا عذاب عليم قالوا طائركم معكم أئن ذكرتم بل أنتم قوم مسرفون وجاء من أقصى المدينة رجل يسعى قال يا قوم اتبعوا المرسلين اتبعوا من لا يسألكم أجرا وهم مهتدون وما لي لا أعبد الذي فطرني وإليه ترجعون أأتخذ من دونه آلهة يردني الرحمن بضر لا تغني عني شفاعتهم شيئا ولا ينقذون إني إذا لفي ضلال مبين إني آمنت بربكم فاسمعون قيل ادخل الجنة قال يا ليت قومي يعلمون بما غفر لي ربي وجعلني من المكرمين وما أنزلنا على قومه من بعده من جند من السماء وما كنا منزلين إن كانت إلا صيحة واحدة فإذا هم خامدون يا حسرة على العباد ما يأتيهم من رسول إلا كانوا به يستهزئون ألم يروا كم أهلكنا قبلهم من القرون أنهم إليهم لا يرجعون وإن كل لما جميع لدينا محضرون وآية لهم الأرض الميتة أحييناها وأخرجنا منها حبا فمنه يأكلون وجعلنا فيها جنات من نخيل وعنب وفجرنا فيها من العيون ليأكلوا من ثمره وما عملته أيديهم أفلا يشكرون سبحان الذي خلق الأزواج كلها مما تنبت الأرض ومن أنفسهم ومما لا يعلمون وآية لهم الليل نسلخ منه النهار فإذا هم مظلمون والشمس تجري لمستقر لها ذلك تقدير العزيز العليم والقمر قدرناه منازل حتى عاد كالعرجون القديم لا ينبغي له أن تدرك القمر ولا الليل سابق النهار وكل في فلك يسبحون وآية لهم أنا حملنا ذريتهم في الفلك المشحون وخلقنا لهم من مثله ما يركبون وإن نشأ نخرقهم فلا صريخ لهم ولهم ينقذون إلا رحمة منا ومتاعا إلى حين وإذا قيل لهم اتقوا ما بين أيديكم وما خلفكم لعلكم ترحمون وما تأتيهم من آية ربهم إلا كانوا عنها معرضين وإذا قيل لهم أنفقوا مما رزقكم الله قال الذين كفروا للذين آمنوا أنطعم من لو يشاء الله أطعمه إن أنتم إلا في ضلال مبين ويقولون متى هذا الوعد إن كنتم صادقين ما ينظرون إلا صيحة واحدة تأخذهم وهم يخصمون فلا يستطيعون توصية ولا إلى أهلهم يرجعون ونفخ في الصور فإذا هم من الأجداث إلى ربهم ينسلون قالوا يا ويلنا من بعثنا من مرقدنا هذا ما وعد الرحمن وصدق المرسلون إن كانت إلا صيحة واحدة فإذا هم جميع لدينا محضرون فاليوم لا تظلم نفس شيئا ولا تجزون إلا ما كنتم تعملون إن أصحاب الجنات اليوم في شغل فاكهون هم وأزواجهم في ظلال على أرائك متكئون لهم فيها فاكهة ولهم ما يدعون سلام قولا من رب رحيم وامتازوا اليوم أيها المجرمون ألم أحد إليكم يا بني آدم ألا تعبدوا الشيطان إنه لكم عدو مبين وأن اعبدوني هذا الصراط مستقيم ولقد أضل منكم جبلا كثيرا أفلم تكونوا تعقلون هذه جهنم التي كنتم توعدون اصلوها اليوم بما كنتم تكفرون اليوم نختم على أفواههم وتكلمنا أيديهم وتشهد أرجلهم بما كانوا يكسبون ولو نشاء لطمسنا على أعينهم فاستبقوا الصراط فأنى يبصرون ولو نشاء لمسخناهم على مكانتهم فما استطاعوا مضيا ولا يرجعون ومن نعامره ننكسه في الخلق أفلا يعقلون وما علمناه الشعر وما ينبغي له إن هو إلا ذكر وقرآن مبين لينذر من كان حيا ويحق القول على الكافرين أولم يروا أنا خلقنا لهم مما عملت أيدينا أنعاما فهم لها مالكون وظللناها لهم فمنها ركوبهم ومنها يأكلون ولهم فيها منافع ومشارب أفلا يشكرون واتخذوا من دون الله آلهة لعلهم ينصرون لا يستطيعون نصرهم وهم لهم جند محضرون فلا يحزنك قولهم إنا نعلم ما يسرون وما يعلنون أولم يرى الإنسان أنا خلقناه من نطفة فإذا هو خصيم مبين وضرب لنا مثلا وناسي خلقه قال من يحيي العظام وهي الرميم قل يحييها الذي أنشأها أول مرة وهو بكل خلق عليم الذي جعل لكم من الشجر الأخضر نارا فإذا أنتم منه توقدون أوليس الذي خلق السماوات والأرض بقادر على أن يخلق مثلهم بلى وهو الخلق العليم إنما أمره إذا أراد شيئا أن يقول له كن فيكون فسبحان الذي بيده ملكوت كل شيء وإليه ترجعون صدق الله العلي العظيم.
اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد. جزاك الله. فاتحة. اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد. اللهم إني أسألك برحمتك التي وسعت كل شيء وبقوتك التي قهرت بها كل شيء وخضع لها كل شيء وذل لها كل شيء وبجبروتك التي غلبت بها كل شيء وبعزتك التي لا يقوم لها شيء وبعظمتك التي ملأت كل شيء وبسلطانك الذي على كل شيء وبوجهك الباقي بعد فناء كل شيء وبأسمائك التي ملأت أركان كل شيء وبعلمك الذي أحاط بكل شيء وبنور وجهك الذي أضاء له كل شيء يا نور يا قدوس يا نور يا قدوس يا نور يا قدوس يا أول الأولين ويا آخر الآخرين. اللهم اغفر لي الذنوب التي تهتك العصم. اللهم اغفر لي الذنوب التي تنزل النقم. اللهم اغفر لي الذنوب التي تغير النعم. اللهم اغفر لي الذنوب التي تحبس الدعاء. اللهم اغفر لي الذنوب التي تنزل البلاء. اللهم اغفر لي كل ذنب أذنبت وكل خطيئة أخطأتها. اللهم إني أتقرب إليك بذكرك واستشفع بك إلى نفسك وأسألك بجودك أن تدنيني من قربك وأن توزعني شكرك وأن تلهمني ذكرك. اللهم إني أسألك سؤال خاضع متذلل خاشع أن تسامحني وترحمني وتجعلني بقسمك راضيا قانعا وفي جميع الأحوال متواضعا. اللهم وأسألك سؤال من اشتدت فاقته وأنزل بك عند الشدائد حاجته وعظم فيما عندك رغبته. اللهم عظم سلطانك وعلى مكانك وخفي مكرك وظهر أمرك وغلب قهرك وجرت قدرتك ولا يمكن الفرار من حكومتك. اللهم لا أجد لذنوبي غافرا ولا لقبائحي ساترا ولا لشيء من عملي القبيح بالحسن مبدلا غيرك. لا إله إلا أنت سبحانك وبحمدك ظلمت نفسي ظلمت نفسي ظلمت نفسي وتجرأت بجهلي وسكنت إلى قديم ذكرك لي ومنك علي. اللهم مولاي كم من قبيح سترته، وكم من فادح من البلاء أقلته، وكم من عثار وقيته، وكم من مكروه دفعته، وكم من ثناء جميل لست أهلا له نشرته. اللهم عظم بلائي وأفرط بي سوء حالي، وقصرت بي أعمالي، وقعدت بي أغلالي، وحبسني عن نفعي بعد أملي، وخدعتني الدنيا بغرورها، ونفسي بجنايتها ومقالي. يا سيدي فأسألك بعزتك ألا يحجب عنك دعائي سوء عملي وفعالي، ولا تفضحني بخفي ما اطلعت عليه من سري، ولا تعاجلني بالعقوبة على ما عملته في خلواتي من سوء فعلي وإساءتي ودوام تفريطي وجهالتي وكثرة شهواتي وغفلتي. وكن اللهم بعزتك لي في كل الأحوال رؤوفا، وعلي في جميع الأمور عطوفا. إلهي وربي من لي غيرك أسأله كشف ضري والنظر في أمري. إلهي ومولاي أجريت علي حكما اتبعت فيه هوى نفسي، ولم أحترس فيه من تزيين عدوي، فغرني بما أهوى وأسعده على ذلك القضاء، فتجاوزت بما جرى علي من ذلك بعض حدودك، وخالفت بعض أوامرك، فلك الحجة علي في جميع ذلك، ولا حجة لي فيما جرى علي فيه قضاؤك، وألزمني حكمك وبلاؤك. وقد أتيتك يا إلهي بعد تقصيري وإسرافي على نفسي معتذرا نادما منكسرا مستقيلا مستغفرا منيبا مقرا مذعنا معترفا، لا أجد مفرا مما كان مني ولا مفزعا أتوجه إليه في أمري غير قبولك عذري وإدخالك إياي في سعة من رحمتك. اللهم فاقبل عذري وارحم شدة ضري، وفكني من شدي وثاقي. يا رب ارحم ضعف بدني ورقة جلدي ودقة عظمي. يا من بدأ خلقي وذكري وتربيتي وبري وتغذيتي، هبني لابتداء كرمك وسالفي برك بي. يا إلهي وسيدي وربي، أتراك معذبي بنارك بعد توحيدك وبعد من طوى عليه قلبي من معرفتك ولهج به لساني من ذكرك واعتقده ضميري من حبك، وبعد صدق اعترافي ودعائي خاضعا لربوبيتك، هيهات أنت أكرم من أن تضيع من ربيته، أو تبعد من أدنيته، أو تشرد من آويته، أو تسلم إلى البلاء من كفيته ورحمته. وليت شعري يا سيدي وإلهي ومولاي أتسلط النار على وجوه خرت لعظمتك ساجدة، وعلى ألسن نطقت بتوحيدك الصادق وبشكرك مادحة، وعلى قلوب اعترفت بإلهيتك محققة، وعلى ضمائر حوت من العلم بك حتى صارت خاشعة، وعلى جوارح سعت إلى أوطان تعبدك الطائعة، وأشارت باستغفارك مذعنة. ما هكذا الظن بك، ولا أخبرنا بفضلك عنك يا كريم يا رب. يا ربي وأنت تعلم ضعفي عن قليل من بلاء الدنيا وعقوباتها، وما يجري فيها من المكاره على أهلها، على أن ذلك بلاء ومكروه، قليل مكثه، يسير بقاؤه، قصير مدته. فكيف احتمالي لبلاء الآخرة وجليل وقوع المكاره فيها، وهو بلاء تطول مدته ويدوم مقامه ولا يخفف عن أهله، لأنه لا يكون إلا عن غضبك وانتقامك وسخطك، وهذا ما لا تقوم له السماوات والأرض. يا سيدي فكيف لي وأنا عبدك الضعيف الذليل الحقير المسكين المستكين؟ يا إلهي وربي وسيدي ومولاي، لأي الأمور إليك أشكو، ولما منها أضج وأبكي؟ لأليم العذاب وشدته أم لطول البلاء ومدته؟ فلئن صيرتني للعقوبات مع أعدائك وجمعت بيني وبين أهل بلائك، وفرقت بيني وبين أحبائك وأوليائك، فهبني يا إلهي وسيدي ومولاي وربي. صبرت على عذابك، فكيف أصبر على فراقك؟ وهبني صبرت على حر نارك، فكيف أصبر عن النظر إلى كرامتك؟ أم كيف أسكن في النار ورجاء عفوك؟ فبعزتك يا سيدي ومولاي أقسم صادقا لأن تركتني ناطقا لأضجن إليك بين أهلها ضجيج الآملين، وليصرخن إليك صراخ المستصرخين، وليبكين عليك بكاء الفاقدين، ولأنادينك أين كنت يا ولي المؤمنين، يا غاية آمال العارفين، يا غياث المستغيثين، يا غياث المستغيثين، يا غياث المستغيثين، يا حبيب قلوب الصادقين، ويا إله العالمين. أفتراك سبحانك يا إلهي وبحمدك تسمع فيها صوت عبد مسلمين سجن فيها بمخالفته، وذاق طعم عذابها بمعصيته، وحبس بين أطباقها بجرمه وجريرته، وهو يضج إليك ضجيج مؤملين لرحمتك، ويناديك بلسان أهل توحيدك، ويتوسل إليك بربوبيتك. يا مولاي، فكيف يبقى في العذاب وهو يرجو ما سلف من حلمك؟ أم كيف تؤلمه النار وهو يأمل فضلك ورحمتك؟ أم كيف يحرقه لهيبها وأنت تسمع صوته وترى مكانه؟ أم كيف يشتمل عليه زفيرها وأنت تعلم ضعفه؟ أم كيف يتقلقل بين أطباقها وأنت تعلم صدقه؟ أم كيف تزجره زبانيتها وهو يناديك يا رب؟ أم كيف يرجو فضلك في عتقه منها فتتركه فيها؟ هيهات ما ذلك الظن بك، ولا المعروف من فضلك، ولا مشبه لما عاملت به الموحدين من برك وإحسانك. فباليقين أقطع لولا ما حكمت به من تعذيب جاحديك وقضيت به من إخلاد معانديك لجعلت النار كلها بردا وسلاما، وما كان لأحد فيها مقرا ولا مقاما. لكنك تقدست أسماؤك أقسمت أن تملأها من الكافرين من الجنة والناس أجمعين، وأن تخلد فيها المعاندين، وأن تجل ثناؤك قلت مبتدئا وتطولت بالإنعام متكرما. أفمن كان مؤمنا كمن كان فاسقا لا يستوون. إلهي وسيدي، فأسألك بالقدرة التي قدرتها وبالقضية التي حتمتها وحكمتها وغلبت من عليه أجريتها، أن تهب لي في هذه الليلة وفي هذه الساعة كل جرم أجرمته، وكل ذنب أذنبت، وكل قبيح أسررت، وكل جهل عملت، كتمته أو أعلنت، أخفيته أو أظهرت، وكل سيئة أمرت بإثباتها الكرام الكاتبين الذين وكلتهم بحفظ ما يكون مني، وجعلتهم شهودا علي مع جوارحي، وكنت أنت الرقيب علي من ورائهم والشاهد لما خفي عنهم، وبرحمتك أخفيت وبفضلك سترت، وأن توفر حظي من كل خير أنزلت أو إحسان فضلت أو بر نشرت أو رزق بسطت أو ذنب تغفر أو خطأ تستر. يا ربي يا ربي يا رب، يا ربي يا ربي يا رب يا ربي يا ربي يا رب يا إلهي وسيدي ومولاي ومالك رقي يا من بيده ناصيتي يا عليما بضري ومسكنتي يا خبيرا بفقري وفاقتي يا ربي يا ربي يا رب يا ربي يا ربي يا رب يا ربي يا ربي يا رب أسألك بحقك وقدسك وأعظم صفاتك وأسمائك أن تجعل أوقاتي من الليل والنهار بذكرك معمورا وبخدمتك موصولة وأعمالي عندك مقبولة حتى تكون أعمالي وأورادي كلها وردا واحدا وحالي في خدمتك سرمدا يا سيدي يا من عليه معولي يا من إليه شكوت أحوالي يا ربي يا ربي يا رب يا ربي يا ربي يا رب يا ربي يا ربي يا رب قو على خدمتك جوارحي واشدد على العزيمة جوانحي وهب لي الجد في خشيتك والدوام في الاتصال بخدمتك حتى أسرح إليك في ميادين السابقين وأسرع إليك في المبارزين واشتاق إلى قربك في المشتاقين وأدنو منك دنو المخلصين وأخافك مخافة الموقنين واجتمع في جوارك مع المؤمنين اللهم ومن أرادنا بسوء فارد ومن كادنا فكت واجعلنا من أحسن عبيدك نصيبا عندك وأقربهم منزلة منك وأخصهم زلفة لديك فإنه لا ينال ذلك إلا بفضلك وجد لي بجودك واعطف علي بمجدك واحفظني برحمتك واجعل لساني بذكرك لهجا وقلبي بحبك متيما ومن علي بحسن إجابتك وقني عثرتي واغفر زلتي فإنك قضيت على عبادك بعبادتك وأمرتهم بدعائك وضمنت لهم الإجابة فإليك يا ربي نصبت وجهي وإليك يا ربي مددت يدي فبعزتك استجب لي دعائي وبلغني مناي ولا تقطع من فضلك رجائي واكفني شر الجن والإنس من أعدائي يا سريع الرضا يا سريع الرضا يا سريع الرضا اغفر لمن لا يملك إلا الدعاء فإنك فعال لما تشاء يا من اسمه دواء وذكره شفاء وطاعته غنى ارحم من رأس ماله الرجاء وسلاحه البكاء يا سابغ النعم يا دافع النقم، يا نور المستوحشين في الظلم، يا عالما لا يعلم، صل على محمد وآل محمد، وافعل بنا ما أنت أهل. وصلى الله على رسوله والأئمة الميامين من آله، وسلم تسليما كثيرا كثيرا. اللهم صل على محمد وآله. الفاتحة.
أحسنت، جزاك الله. صلوا على محمد وآل محمد. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah, dear brothers and sisters. Today we've gathered here in order to commemorate, to remember that tragic event in history that took place, that transpired merely 7 days after Eid al-Fitr, the Eid of Muslimin, on the 8th of Shawwal, in the year 1345 Hijri, that corresponds to the 21st of April, 1925, where the representatives of Al Marwan, Al Ziyad, Al Abi Sufyan, Al Muawiyah, how Al Saud had destroyed or had demolished the graves of Jannat al-Baqi and Jannat al-Mu'alla and other signs and amakin al-Muqaddisa that we as the Shia, the lovers of Ahlul Bayt alayhim salam, deeply respect. Before inshallah we have this majlis, this talk by Sheikh Shafiq Hudda shortly, just like to set a reminder for our brothers and sisters that tomorrow inshallah the Salatul Jummah will take place over here, led by Sheikh Shafiq Hudda himself, inshallah, at IHS at 1:25 p.m. And the other thing is that mashallah we had a beautiful recitation of Surah Yasin today by our youngsters, as we had Ali Mahboubi today recite of recitation of Surah Yasin, and inshallah we'll have Miqdad shortly recitation of Dua al-Maghrib, or of the Taqibat of Maghrib inshallah. Any brothers and sisters, and we have also had many youngsters recite other various parts of the surahs or du'as, and they have been a part in the amal as well of Laylatul Qadr. Alhamdulillah, may Allah envelop all those and inshallah all their parents and all the elders of our community who have been continuously encouraging these youngsters to come forward and participate in these events. May Allah have mercy on all of them inshallah. Salli ala Muhammad wa ala Muhammad. And just in the honor of this, as I had mentioned, this is the day where we are commemorating this tragic event. And among the graves that were demolished was also the grave of the beloved daughter of the beloved Prophet of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, Sayyida Zahra salamullahi alayha. The Abiha, the al-A'imma, and the A'imma buried in Jannat al-Baqi. With the permission of Sheikh Shafiq, I'd like to recite just a few poetic verses in the honor of this lady, where even Sheikh Shaheed Mohsin Naqvi Shaheed said in his poetry about this tragic event that truly it is, he offers his salutations to the moon as it's the only chiragh on the qabr of this lady Zahra. Allahumma salawat Muhammad wa al Muhammad. غربت کی انتہا ہے، نا سایہ ناردا ہے، زہرا تیری لحد پر. غربت کی انتہا ہے، نا سایہ ناردا ہے، زہرا تیری لحد پر. چند پتھروں نے مل کر محروم لکھ دیا ہے، نا سایہ ناردا ہے، زہرا تیری لحد پر. غربت کی انتہا ہے، نا سایہ ناردا ہے، ज़हरा तेरी लहद पर तीरों भरी क़बा थी और खून भरी रदा थी, तीरों भरी क़बा थी और खून भरी रदा थी, और खून भरी रदा थी। जो शाम से बचा था ज़ैनब ने रख दिया है ज़हरा तेरी लहद पर। गुर्बत की इंतहा है, ना साया ना रिदा है, ज़हरा तेरी लहद पर। We pray, inshallah, let us recite a loud salawat for the hastening of the advent of the al-Hujjah who will come, inshallah, and take the revenge of the event of Karbala, and inshallah of all these tragic events that have been, the dhulm, the constant, continuous dhulm that has been done on the Prophet's progeny. Allow salawat Muhammad wa al-Muhammad. Without any further delay, I'd like to request our respectable Shaykh Shafiq Hudda to address this majlis. Allow salawat Muhammad wa al-Muhammad.
الفاتحة. لا حول ولا قوة إلا بالله العلي العظيم. حسبنا الله ونعم الوكيل، نعم المولى ونعم النصير. أعوذ بالله السميع العليم من الشيطان اللعين الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين، خالق السماوات والأرض، إلها واحدا أحدا صمدا لم يتخذ صاحبة ولا ولدا، والصلاة والسلام على أشرف الأنبياء والمرسلين، خاتم النبيين، رحمة للعالمين، طه وياسين بالقاسم محمد، وعلى آله الطيبين الطاهرين المعصومين المظلومين المنتجبين، ورحمة الله على محبيهم، ولعنة الله على أعدائهم وقاتليهم وغاصب حقوق حقهم ومنكر فضائلهم أجمعين من يومنا هذا إلى يوم الدين. أما بعد، فقد قال الله سبحانه وتبارك في كتابه الحكيم وفرقانه المجيد وقوله الحق: بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. وسيعلم الذين ظلموا أي منقلب ينقلبون. صلاة على محمد. Respected sisters and brothers, my youngsters, my elders, Assalamu alaikum jami'an wa rahmatullah. In our past discussion, we were looking at ways that shaitan misguides people, how he diverts them away from the right path, from the sirat al-mustaqim, how his minions work in bringing the understanding or misunderstanding on very foundation issues, on making us believe a certain thing appears in a certain way, whereas the reality is something different. If you remember our discussion from last week, this is where I had sort of left off, that sometimes things are not exactly as they appear to be. We may think something as insignificant. I had given the story of the ant and the classroom, the student who had to look after it, and this actually went on to become something very, very important, something significant. So many times we may think that small things are big or big things are small, and vice versa. And what we find as one of Shaitan's policies, if you want to call it that, is the conveyance of that misunderstanding or the misrepresentation. And we're marking, of course, the destruction of Jannat al-Baqi, Jannat al-Mu'alla, and various other shrines, not just these two. But it has been narrated that Al Saud has destroyed over 1,000 historical, important, significant places. And when you look at that in contrast to what, for example, the Western world does, If you look at, forget about the West, even right here in Canada or right here in Kitchener, you will see that the house that the Prime Minister or one of the Prime Ministers, William Lyon Mackenzie King, was, that place is a historical park. The place that he was born, the place that he grew up in, the place that he spent time in, is regarded as a historical park. Nobody can damage it. Nobody can destroy it. Nobody can even do whatever they want over there. There are rocks in the United States that a president just touched, or one of the presidents had put his foot on, and they are now, enshrined. Okay, this was the rock that Mr. or President so-and-so had come on, or he had put his foot here, or he had stayed in this place, or whatever. And if you go to, even for example, some hotels, when I was in the month of Ramadan al-Sharif, and one of the places I had stayed at in Hamilton, they had pictures of, past, a president who had come there, a singer who had come there, a prime minister who had come there, and they had right by the entrance large photos of this person, of this president or this individual who had come there. So what we find is now when we ask, or if you were to present the question to Ali Saud or any of the followers of Ali Saud, that why, on what basis did you destroy Jannat al-Mu'alla, Jannat al-Baqi, the place in Abwa where, the Hazrat Amina was, or, making the Prophet's birthplace or where he grew up into a library, into a toilet or a washroom. You ask them, what is the reason? They say their reply is that this is the upholding of Tawheed. We don't want anyone to worship anybody but Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. We don't want anybody to be loved or respected or kissed or what have you, except for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And the interesting thing is, I don't want to get into the logistics of this discussion or argument. Of course, even our youngsters and our children can easily respond to this nonsensical argument that by having a shrine, by saying as-salam at the shrine, by reciting Fatiha or reciting a ziyarah, this is nothing, not doing shirk. We can go through countless examples, even in our salat, when we say Assalamu alayka ayyuhan nabiyyu wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. We can talk about countless issues as a response. I don't want to go into the nitty-gritty. What I wanted to come back to was how shaitan presents a certain thing in a certain way. And people then get drawn into that discussion and drawn into that misunderstanding as opposed to understanding. So they say that, yeah, you're right, we shouldn't do this, we shouldn't do that. And we have countless examples. And I remember one of the, and I myself have had this discussion very interestingly, that, when I was doing my sajda in one of the, now I always am careful, and the moment you know this, I don't call, a masjid a Shia masjid or a Sunni masjid. Masajids are the place of Allah. These are the homes of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, not for any Shia, not for any Sunnah. Okay? But sometimes you go to a masjid where a majority of the reciters may be of one particular fiqh or another. And I went to, and there are certain places, there are certain masajids that I go to more often than perhaps our own masajids because they're just on the way. It's a convenience of the 401 or what have you. And I remember going there with my turba and doing my salat, and I was expecting somebody to come and have some discussion, and it happened. So I was sitting there, and he comes to me, he says, Baradar, in their very strong accent, and he starts talking to me that this is haram, this is shirk, and this is... And I explained to him, I said, what part is shirk? What part of me keeping a clay or earth tablet is shirk? He says, oh, he starts bringing the Prophet. I said, okay, my only question to them was, did the Prophet do sajda on carpet? Did the Prophet do sajda? I said, you know your history. I asked because he looked like a knowledgeable man. I said, when the Prophet built Masjidun Nabawi, where did he, or on what did he do sajda? Was there carpets? Was there silk? Was there cotton on the ground there? Or was it plain ground that he did sajda on? And Muhammad ibn Ismail Bukhari in his Sahih Bukhari actually mentions that whenever the Prophet used to finish his salat, there would be a huge patch of mud on his forehead. So I said, that did the Prophet do? Now I say, if you're blaming me for doing shirk, for doing sajda on a small stone of earth, then you're doing sajda or shirk on a big piece of carpet. Because the carpet, you're doing it on, because you have to do sajda on something. The only difference is we're doing sajda on what the Prophet did sajda on, you're doing sajda on a carpet. That has been nothing to do from the Prophet. So salawat ala Muhammad wa ala. It is at this time that they remember that they have to pick up their wife from the store or something. You see, this is when the argument doesn't go in their favor. I always then notice that. Because you see, with our Ahl Sunnah, brother, alhamdulillah, we have a good working discussion relationship, and there has been very good understanding. When you come to the Takfiris or the Wahhabis or the Salafis, that the issue becomes challenging or distressful. And what I was saying is that how does shirk come into this? When Allah Ta'ala says, then in تُحِبُّونَ اللَّهَ فَاتَّبِعُونِي. If you love Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the Prophet said, follow me. The Prophet could have, or the Quran and Majid could have said that if you love Allah, follow Allah. Simple. The matter could have ended right there. And the matter ends at that point that Allah says, follow me, tell me. Now everybody sitting here or anywhere else will have to admit the fact that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala does not directly in some form or another, like He did to Hazrat Musa, come and talk to us in the form of a burning bush or in a Jabal-e-Tur. Imagine for a moment, if Allah Ta'ala was to communicate with us directly, imagine the shaking that we would go through. You can imagine for a moment when somebody goes to Imam Jafar ibn Muhammad as-Sadiq alayhi salatu wasalam and says, Yabna Rasulullah, Yabna Rasulullah, I want to see Allah. The Imam says, look at the sun. Look at the sun. He says, Mawla, I can't, I'll go blind. He says, if you can't look at the creation of Allah, then how can you look at Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala? Ajib. If you can't look at the creation of Allah, you want to look at Allah Himself? So if you don't follow who Allah is telling you to follow, how will you follow Allah Himself? And these arguments have come repeatedly. When the people didn't want to follow Rasulullah, look at Surah Bani Israel, the last two pages. The arguments of the people are there. Malak ar-Rasulah. If Allah wanted us to follow Him, He should have sent a malak down as a Rasul. A malak as a Rasul. If Allah wanted us to obey Him, He should have sent, this Muhammad. He is an orphan. He's a shepherd. He's this, he's that, he's a mortal. He's eating like us. He's laughing like us. He's sleeping like us. He's crying like us. He goes through heartaches. His sons died. So how can Allah send that? So these arguments were there. So what Shaitan does is he tries to create a situation or a scenario that is different than what is that reality, the haqiqat. So our duty as mu'mineen becomes to find out the haqiqat. And Shaitan's tricks are multifold. They're not just single, they're multifold. They go in different directions. There was one time that one of the very famous prophets, of course, and there's been some discussion, as I had talked about Hazrat Luqman last week, I'll talk about another, there's mention in the Quran of Hazrat Dhul Kifl. Dhul Kifl, in fact, from the Hebrew narrations, some have said that this could be the prophet Ezekiel, the Ezekiel from the Old Testament of the Jewish books. Dhul Kifl, there's been mention of him in the Quran, and he is actually put on the same line. This is why many of our ulama believe that he was a prophet, because he has been mentioned with Hazrat Ismail, with Hazrat Musa as well, and he is known to be a successor sometime after Hazrat Nabiullah Sulaiman alayhi salam. So basically what happened was the prophet before Hazrat Dhul Kifl his name was Yasa'. And Yasa' had actually made an announcement. He said, who is ready to succeed me? So Dhul Kifl had put up his hand that I'm prepared to succeed you. If Allah wishes, I will do it. He says, but you have to make a commitment that you will not get angry. You will not get upset with the people. He says, I promise that. He's asked him twice, you make sure you don't get angry at the people. You have to serve the people, cannot get angry. I promise, inshallah. Third time, he makes a commitment. He says, I promise to not get angry. I promise to follow and obey. After he does this, after this promise is made, some years later now, Shaitan, you see, I had mentioned this on numerous occasions. Shaitan is in no hurry. Koi jaldi nahi hai. There's no, Shaitan is very patient. Believe me, if we can learn something from him, it's to make sure that we are gradual, not to jump into a situation and get disheartened. He doesn't get disheartened very easily. He has meetings with his, I don't like to call them minions, but with his little shaitans. He says, we have to make him break his promise. We have to make him break this commitment that he has made. And in fact, some have said that because of this commitment he made of not getting angry was one of the reasons why he received Nabuwat. And in fact, Imam Muhammad ibn Ali al-Baqi in Bihar al-Anwar, in Bihar, Imam Baqir has been actually quoted as saying that because of this promise, he was given he was actually not just a Nabi, he was a Rasul. If you remember that out of the 124,000 Anbiya, only 313 were Rasul, Jazakallah khair. And he was actually one of those Rasul, not just a Nabi. Khair. So anyways, what used to happen is that his timetable, once he became the Prophet, his timetable was a very set timetable. Now, one of the things that we find is, if you look at the lives of our ulama, especially our Maraja, you will see a timetable. A very set timetable. In fact, even when Imam Khomeini Allah Makam was on the outskirts of Paris in Neufel-le-Château, one of the things that the people, his neighbors who used to observe him, would know that exactly at this particular time, Ruhullah al-Khomeini would be walking from this area. They actually could set their watches from his walking timetable rather than going to these atomic clocks and atomic watches. So our Maraja, in fact, one of the reasons why so many of the ulama, including Shahid Mutahari, Dastaghaib, Ayatollah Dastaghaib, and others, were killed so easily by the Munafiqeen Khalq was because of their timetable. People knew exactly where they would be at any given time. You know, it is now that, you know, out of security and safety, our ulama, Maraja, especially in Pakistan, in Afghanistan, and in Iraq, have been told to take different roads, different routes, different ways of getting to their offices because of these dangers and because of the killings that have taken place. But our ulama, they have a very set timetable. And this is again from the Holy Prophet and from the other Anbiya. So Dhul Kifl had actually a very clear timetable. In the night time, he would be doing his ibadat. He would be doing his Salatul Layl, his ibadat and everything. Staying up the night. In the morning, as soon as Salatul Fajr, whatever Fajr it was his time, from that time until Dhuhr time, he would be serving the people. Dhuhr time, he would do his prayers, whatever the prayers were. And then between Dhuhr and Asr would be his nap time, his sleep time. So his staff, his servants, and everybody knew that from this time to this time, this is the only time he rests. As soon as he finishes his Asr Salat, he goes back to serving the people, and the whole timetable continues. So what happened is, so his servants knew that at this time, nobody should bother him. This is the only time he gets to rest. Okay. So Shaitan has this meeting with his little shaitans, and he says, now we have to make him break his promise. What do we do? So one little shaitan, whose name has been mentioned as Abyad or Abiyaz, decides, now my Arabic brothers will know that Abyad is also referring to white. Abyad, okay? Abyad and Aswad. Okay. And so basically, Abiyaz basically says, he says, I will look after this. I will take care of this. And you know, each shaitan has a target. Each shaitan has a goal and a mission. And without that goal and mission, they are not really considered shaitan. So they have to succeed in this. He says, I'm going to go and do something. So he waits until Hazrat Dhul Kifl is asleep. And he goes to the door, knocks on the door. The servant opens it up. The janitor, the cleaner opens up the door. And shaitan, who just has come in a human form, says, I want to see Nabi Dhul Kifl. I want to speak to Dhul Kifl. He says, I'm sorry, this is his rest time. This is the only time he rests. Please come back either tomorrow or in the evening. He says, no, I've got a very serious problem. I've got a very urgent problem. Somebody has oppressed me. Somebody has done zulm on me. It's a matter of justice, and I want justice done now. And he starts screaming. He starts making a lot of noise. The janitors, the cleaners trying to tell him, no. They make so much noise that Hazrat Dhul Kifl alayhi salam wakes up. This is, what is it? So the shaitan who has come in a human form, he says that this is the problem. So Dhul Kifl says, okay, that man who has oppressed you, tell him to come to me. I will speak to him and inshallah sort the problem out. Oh, no, he's not going to come just like that. So Dhul Kifl gives him his ring. He says, tell him that this ring is dalil, is evidence that I want to see him. So tell him to come. So he goes away. So he's already disturbed. Dhul Kifl now can't sleep. Some of you will be probably aware of this, that once your sleep gets disturbed at night, it's very difficult, next to impossible to try and sleep again. That's one of the reasons why now phones have do not disturb buttons on them or silence buttons on them and all these. The reason is because the minute you wake up with those beeps from the WhatsApp and from the telegrams and the Instagrams and all that, that's it, your need is haram after that. Okay. Anyways, he now wakes up, gets it. The next day, same thing happens. He goes spending all night in ibadat. Things are going on. Some morning he serves the people. He's in the khidmat of the people. Dhuhr time, after Dhuhr, he goes to sleep. As he goes to sleep, shaitan comes back to him, this Abyaz. He comes back, he says that this man, he tells the janitor, the cleaner, the door opener, he says it didn't work. This man didn't, and he said, the janitor says to him, okay, please come back later, come back at night or come back tomorrow, please, it's not nice. No, 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 I must have justice, I must have justice. And basically he wakes up Hazrat Dhul-Kifl again. So Dhul-Kifl says that ring didn't, he tells Hazrat Dhul-Kifl, the ring didn't work. Dhul-Kifl says, okay, I'll give you a letter. Tell that man to come, tell that person to come to me, and I will give him I'm giving you a letter, ordering him to come to me. Gives him the letter. Hazrat Dhul-Kifl tries to go back to sleep, but it's now too late, so much time has passed. It's Asr time, and then the third day, same thing happens. He goes there, makes so much commotion, so much racket, so much noise, starts screaming and crying and yelling and everything. And basically, Hazrat Dhul-Kifl wakes up. He says, now this man will not listen to anything unless you come with me and tell him to come. You have to come with me. Dhul-Kifl now, and you see, what I was saying is that people will try and, they use the things that people want to hear. It's a matter of justice. Adalat has to be done. You're the Prophet of Allah. You put it in such a way that the receiving person feels that they have no choice. They have to do what they have to do. And oftentimes, when it comes to issues and disputes, some of us can be guilty in that. If you know that there's a problem between two brothers, if you know there's a problem between two mu'mineen, you know that there's an issue between two people, you'll go to the one and say, yeah, something, he did that to me as well. And you go to the other one and you say, this is nifaq. This is, complete nifaq. It is something that Islam does not allow, does not encourage, in fact, discourages to the severe extent that those who do, talk with two faces, on the day of judgment, those who have two tongues, Allah Ta'ala says they will have two tongues of fire on Yawm al-Qiyamah. And the munafiqeen will be in the lowest fire of Jahannam. Khair. So he goes to Hazrat Dhul-Kifl, says, this is a matter of justice. You have to come with me. You will have to come with me and you will have to sort it out. And so he takes Hazrat Dhul-Kifl out of the bed, out of the house, goes there. Now, it was narrated that the area that Hazrat Dhul-Kifl is in fact, some have mentioned that he's buried in Hilla, in the city of Hilla. There's a grave that has been actually allocated to him. If I'm not mistaken, some of the mu'mineen have done there's a ziyarah there. I think perhaps, Ahsan, Jazakallah khair. So, ولكن بلد الحلة زين أحسن. Okay, حياك الله. Jazakallah. So basically, he comes and now in those days, and I mean till today, those of you who know the heat of Iraq, and my brothers will be able to testify to this. I know Afghanistan and Pakistan is no less, but Iraq has got a certain degree of, especially in Najaf, I remember when I was there, at 7 in the morning, it was already 25 degrees, and that's the temperature that I turned on my AC at all. Okay. So he goes out, and it was I was reading the biography of Hazrat Dhul-Kifl. It was saying that at that time it was so hot on that day. Now remember, this is from Dhuhr to Asr. So I'm talking about the mid-afternoon, the early afternoon, mid-afternoon, where it is at the peak, the sun is at its peak. One of the writers, the biographers of Hazrat Dhul-Kifl was saying it was so hot that if you take meat from one of the animals, that meat would become kebab in a matter of minutes. The meat would become, nobody's hungry, I hope, inshallah. But the meat would become kebab in a matter of minutes. That's what they were saying, how hot it was. Hazrat Dhul-Kifl goes there. As soon as he starts going there, and Shaitan realizes, okay, first of all, he has not gotten angry at me once in 3 days. He has not slept for 3 days. Just, you see how you and I are when we don't sleep for one night. How cranky we are, how irritable we are. This is now 3 days he has not slept. He goes with him. As he's going, Shaitan realizes, I have lost the battle. And he just basically disappears. He has taken Dhul-Kifl out, but he basically disappears. So the promise remained, and there was a narration that the Imam al-Baqi says, he says that this was one of the signs of the sabr of Hazrat Dhul-Kifl. That is why his status was, so I want salawat on Muhammad and ala Muhammad. So you make it seem like, oh, this is so important, this is so urgent, this is, I even have seen a magnet. It says, everybody has problems, but mine are more serious than yours. Now, if you think about it, this shows our own arrogance, right? That I am the only one who matters. My issues are the only ones that are serious. My problems are the only ones that are the significant. And so what we find is that Shaitan tries to misguide us in these ways. And I said, I'm going to have to curtail the discussion a bit. And so what we find is that he says, okay, this is shirk, this is tawheed. He defines shirk and tawheed for Iblis becomes the focal point of understanding shirk and tawheed. What do we mean? Because when you look at Al Saud, this is what they're using as their defense, as their argument, as their response. That if you go to a qabr, people are going there and doing what? We are doing sajda there. To whom are we doing sajda? Now here, this is the question that arises. When people actually in the presence of Amir al-Mu'mineen Ali ibn Abi Talib alayhi salatu wasalam, Imam al-Muttaqeen, Amir al-Mu'mineen, sallallahu alayhi wa began to think that this was God, He is Allah. He goes into sajda and he says, I am not Allah, I am doing sajda to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. My sajda is to Allah, I am not Allah, I am not God. So this is where, when we are going to these places, what do we remember? When you go to the qabr of Imam Hassan al-Mujtaba, Imam Zainul Abidin, Imam Muhammad al-Baqir, Imam Ja'far al-Sadiq in Jannat al-Baqi, many narrations mention that, inshallah, Hazrat Zahra, salamullahi alayha, al-Aima, Sayyidatul Nisa al-Alameen, Siddiqatul Tahira is also buried in Jannat al-Baqi. When we go there, what do we remember? Are we remembering only that personality without anything else, or are we remembering the purpose of that personality? When we go to Karbala Mu'alla, and so many Aimma's hadith have mentioned the importance of the ziyarah of Karbala Mu'alla. And the ziyarah, and if you look at it, every Thursday night we will recite, inshallah. On the day of Friday we recite the ziyarah. On Eid day, on 15th of Sha'ban, the birth anniversary of Mawla, of Imam al-Hujja, Ajjallahu ta'ala, there's a ziyarah. On the Laylatul Qadr nights, a special ziyarah for Imam Hussein. On all of these special occasions, there's a ziyarah of Imam Hussein. Why Imam Hussein? Is he, na'udhu billah, a representative? Is he God? Is that what the Al Saud are feeling and thinking? No, what we do say is, Assalamu alayka yabna Rasul Allah. You are the son of the Prophet of Allah. So basically, in every case, the journey takes us back to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Assalamu alayka ya wali Allah. Assalamu alayka ya nur Allah. Assalamu alayka ya ayn Allah. This is the ziyarah that we do for the 12th Imam on the Yawm al-Jum'ah. So every path, every ziyarah, every sajda, every salam, every act of ibadah that we do in any of the marakas or the makabir, they take us back to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And that has been the purpose of every imam and every nabi and every rasul. To say that they take us away from shirk is to say that you have not understood shirk and tawheed in itself. You have not understood it. There was a very beautiful there's a speech I had heard that at a wedding, this one of my teachers had mentioned this at a wedding. He said that the difference between us followers of Ahlul Bayt and, for example, Hinduism or Christianity, they say that when you love your spouse, when you love your children, when you love your brothers or your parents, you are taking away love from Allah, from God. You are loving God less because you're loving your spouse. You're loving God less because you're loving your children. You're loving God less because now you love your parents or your siblings. And what he explained in his khutbah of marriage, he said that Islam took a completely different terminology, different viewpoint. It said that when you love your parents, you're actually loving Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala more because Allah created the parents. When you love your children and you serve your children, you are loving Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. When you help your spouse in the house and you're doing something and you're loving them, you're actually loving Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala because Allah is the one who gave you that amanat. It became a completely different viewpoint and a vision to understand what is love of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. When you do these things, they're not diverting love away from Allah, you're actually going closer to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. By having the graves there, by having the remembrance of Ali Muhammad, the remembrance of the Anbiya and the Awsiya and the Awliya and the Mursaleen, you're actually remembering Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala more rather than less. One salawat upon Muhammad and Ali Muhammad. But this argument didn't hold water, it did not have any value to this. People who were bent on keeping the people away from Ali Muhammad. Even in the lifetime of Ali Muhammad, there was no shortage of dhulam, of oppression. Even in their lifetime, the amount of abuse that they went through, the amount of dhulam that they had suffered, the house being burned down, the door being thrown on her, Amir al-Mu'mineen being dragged on the streets of Medina, Imam Hassan being given poison to such an extent that the liver comes out, just so severe. And Imam Hussein, the ultimate tragedy in Karbala Mu'alla, where the Imam was kept hungry and thirsty for 3 days. The dhulam could have ended there. Now you have laid them to rest. Leave them alone. Oh, Al Saud, even the birthplace of the mother of Rasulullah in Abwa, even the resting place of Fatima Zahra, even if you don't believe her to be al-Aimma, you don't recognize the Imams, even leave everything aside. She was the only surviving daughter of the Prophet for whom you are saying, Ashhadu anna Muhammad Rasulullah. She was laid to rest. Her children were laid to rest in Jannat al-Baqi. Her grandfather and uncle in Jannat al-Mu'alla, those who have done the ziyarat of Karbala, those who have done the ziyarat of Makkah and Medina will know that a highway has been built over Jannat al-Mu'alla. If you want to even say salam to Hazrat Khadijat al-Kubra, if you want to say salam to Hazrat Abu Talib or Abdul Muttalib, you'd have to stop your car on a very busy highway. And this is the disgrace that they have done. This is what they have done to humiliate Ali Muhammad, to humiliate the family of the Holy Prophet, that you have to stand on a busy highway or just drive by and say, Assalamu alaikum ya Abu Talib. Assalamu alayki Abdul Muttalib. Assalamu alayki ya Ummul Mu'mineen Khadijatul Kubra. Even after their shahadat, after their demise, you don't give them rest. May Allah curse you till hatta abada. Allahumma la'ana ala qawmi al-zalimin wa siya'lamu alladhina zalam. Ya min kalamin kalamin. Oh Allah, accept this ibadat from us. We ask you, inshallah, before the Dhuhr Imam to help us have our role in establishing or re-establishing Jannat al-Baqi, Jannat al-Mu'alla, and all the special places that our Ahlul Bayt and the friends of Ahlul Bayt are buried, Ya Allah. We ask you to hasten the downfall of the oppressors and to grant them a speedy return back to their Jahannam, inshallah, Ya Allah. We ask you to forgive our sins and give us the tawfiq to remain away from sins, to act on the teachings of the Quran and Majid and the Ahlul Bayt. Ya Allah, those who are ill, grant them shifa kamila from their illnesses. Those who are in debt, help them fulfill their debts. Give the mu'mineen barakah and increase in their rizq and in their barakah, Ya Allah. We ask you to protect our ulama, our maraj who are serving while the Imam is in occultation, to grant them a long and healthy life in the service of Islam and the Ahlul Bayt, especially the Rahbar and all of the Maraj, inshallah. Ya Allah, we ask you to return our Mawla, Imam al-Hujjah, so that the dhulm will end in this world and that we will see Zaman-e-Dhuhr with our own eyes. Ya Allah, make our iman and our taqwa such that we will see the Imam, we will be with the Imam, and we will stay with the Imam till the end of our lives. Rabbana taqabbal minna innaka tas-sami'ul alim. If we can all join together and say it 5 times, Amin, for those who are ill, for Allah Ta'ala to give them shifa, for our hajat to be accepted, for the hifazat of Imam Zamana, and the safety and the security of those who are suffering in Iraq, in Pakistan, in Afghanistan, especially in Parachina, what has been happening recently, in Yemen, in Syria, in Nigeria, in Bahrain, in Eastern Hijaz, wherever there is suffering, wherever there is dhulm. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Amma أما يجيب المضطر إذا دعاه ويكشف السوء أما يجيب المضطر إذا دعاه ويكشف السوء أما يجيب المضطر إذا ويكشف السوء اللهم صل على محمد. الفاتحة للأرواح المؤمنين والمؤمنات والعلماء والشهداء. الفاتحة. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. ربنا تقبل منا انك انت السميع العليم.
متوجه زيارة
اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. إلهي أزم البلاء وبري الخفاء وانكشف الغطاء وانقطع الرجاء وذاكت الأرض ومنيت السماء وأنت المستعان وإليك المشتكى وعليك المعول في الشدة والرخاء. اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد أولي الأمر الذين فرضت علينا طاعتهم وعرفتنا بذلك منزلتهم ففرج عنا بحقهم فرجا عاجلا قريبا كلمح البصر يهو أقرب يا محمد يا علي يا علي يا محمد اكفياني فإنكما كافيان وانصراني فإنكما ناصران يا مولانا يا صاحب الزمان الغوث 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 أدركني 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 الساد 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 العجل العجل